Hi everyone. In the last session, we have seen how to declare the variables in Python. In the same session, we also discussed how to use the variables in C programming. We discussed that whenever we want to use a variable in C programming, that variable must be declared in advance. But if you want to use the variable in Python, directly you can use the variable. No need of declaring the variable in advance. That is nothing but Python is going to use the dynamic typing, whereas C programming is going to use the concept of static typing. And also, one important point we have noticed that the variables in Python are nothing but the objects. Now, object is the instance of a class. We discussed the difference between the class and the object and the different types of variable naming conventions in Python. And we said that in Python, we can say that a variable is only the name, or we can say the label given to a memory location. The important thing you have to understand in Python is the variable is only the name, or we can say the label which is given to the value. The value is stored in a box. Okay, the memory representation, assume that it has a box. The name given to the box is nothing but the variable name. Whenever you want to refer to that value, or whenever you want to access that value, you can use the variable name that we have discussed in the last session. And also, before going to use the multiple words or multiple words in a variable name, better to follow any one of the conventions. Like we discussed three conventions. The first one is camel convention, next Pascal convention. After that, we discussed the snake case convention, and the best one is snake case convention. This we have declared in the last session regarding the variables in Python. In today's session, we are going to discuss the main syntax of the print function, which is nothing but the built-in function in Python. After that, we are going to discuss strings in Python, right? Now we are going to discuss the usage of print function in Python. Before moving on to the syntax of the print function in Python, let us have some examples. Whenever we open Python shell, we will get this prompt. This prompt we call it as primary prompt PS1, and we discussed that there are two prompts in Python, PS1 and PS2. PS2 comes under secondary prompt and PS1 is the primary prompt, and this is the primary prompt we are getting here. Now at this prompt we are typing print 10. Now the output is here is 10. Similarly, whenever we type print 20.5, the output is 20.5. Now if you write the statement print in double quotes hello, the output is hello, right? Now if you write the statement print in single quotes, if you write hi, the output is here is hi, right? So here we are printing pen, here we are printing 20.5, here we are printing hello, here also we are printing hi. But when you observe these data items, the first data item is integer, right? And the second data item is float, and third one is string, and fourth one is also string. We have different data items. First one is integer, second one is float, third one is string, fourth one is also comes under string. So we have discussed in the previous classes that a sequence of characters is nothing but a string, or we can say an array of characters is string. A string can be enclosed either in double quotes or in single quotes, right? Whenever we enclose the string in print, it is going to display the string like hello and like hi. We can use single quotes, you can use double quotes. In the previous classes, we discussed that all the variables are nothing but the objects. So 10 is an object, right? 10 is the object which belongs to the class int. 20.5 is the object which belongs to the class float, and hello is the object which belongs to the class string. Similarly, hi is also an object which belongs to the class str. What I mean to say that the print function is going to take the object as a parameter, or we can say object as an argument. Now, after taking the input in the form of object, that is converted into string. This is very, very important. That means Print 10, this 10 internally converted into string, 20.5 is also converted into string, and hello is already string, hi is already string. So what I mean to say that a print function is going to take objects as parameters. After that, all the objects are converted into strings before printing. That is very, very important. Now we are going to see the syntax of the print function, right? So here first you write print, what we are having, print. Here we are specifying the object. You can write one object or multiple objects. That's why in bracket I'm mentioning S objects, comma. Next we are going to use SEP, means this we are calling it as separator, comma. We are having another third parameter n, and is same as n keyword, comma. After this we have file. For this we are using the keyword file, comma, and next we are writing the flush. So flush equals to, we are going to have the parameter flush value, right? So flush and file and separator and objects, these are the parameters of the print function. See, the separator and end and file and flush, these are the optional parameters. What we say, these are the optional parameters. Generally, whenever we write like this, print in single quotes hello, in this case hello is known as only the object. So here we are not using specifically separator and end parameter and file parameter and flush. These are automatically initialized to the default values. So when we say print in double quotes hello, the default value of separator is single quotes, that means empty space, and the default value of end is nothing but new line character, and the default value of file is nothing but, we are going to write sys dot std out, that means standard output file. After that, we are going to take the default value of flush equals to false. These are the default values. Here, please don't worry about the other parameters, separator, end, file, and flush. So we will let you know clearly what actually meant by those parameters in the coming classes very clearly. But here, simply remember that the syntax of the print statement is like this. So it is going to take one or more objects. So if you want to separate these objects, we can use separator as an argument. And if you want to move the cursor to the next line, we use end equals to, and that means the default value we call it as slash n, and file. See, the print function is going to write, or it is going to print a string on the output device, right? Output device means it is the file. Every device is going to attach it to its own file. The default file for the output device is std out. Std out is the object which comes under the sys. So that's why the file name for output device is sys.std out. By default, we have the option default value flush equals to false. So we will see in clear. So by using more examples in the next class, but simply remember that this is the syntax of the print statement. Now we are going to see the concept of strings in Python. Already we discussed that a string is an array of characters, or we can say a sequence of characters. It is defined as a sequence of characters. This is very, very important. Now let us take a variable, and we know this is the shell, Python shell. Here we are writing the statement s is equals to, in double quotes you can mention, or in single quotes you can mention, a sequence of characters which can be enclosed in double quotes, or we can say single quotes, right? Here I'm using double quotes, s equals to, here I'm writing this as hello. This is the string we have stored hello. Now how it is internally represented is, see, this is the memory representation. The first character is h, and each character is enclosed in single quotes, and second one is e, again e also enclosed in single quotes, L enclosed in single quotes, L enclosed in single quotes, and O enclosed in single quotes. Now, the first letter H starts with the index 0, and this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, from the last, you can access the characters by using the index -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. That means you can access the characters, individual characters of a string, which is enclosed either in double quotes or single quotes from 0 to 4, or you can say from -1 to -5. If you want to access from the last, you have to use the negative indexes. If you want to access the characters from the beginning, you have to use the positive indexes from 0 to 4. But whenever you use the range of characters, the range of indexes, you must follow the rule that the start index must be, what is say, lower than the end index that we will discuss. Now, these are the different approaches to access the individual characters, either by using 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or -1, -2, -3. See, if you want to access the first character, we say that this is the hello which is stored in the variable s. The first character is accessed by writing s of 0. When you say s of 0 at the shell, we will get h in single quotes. This is very important. H in single quotes. But if you use the notation at the what is the command prompt, if you say print s of 0, now you will get only h. When you use the statement print, it is not going to print the character either in double quotes or single quotes. Please remember this. So the first character is accessed by using s of 0. Now, if you want to access the last character, you have to say s of 4. S of 4, we are going to get O in single quotes. But when you write print s of 4, these single quotes will not be printed. So not only S of 4, if you want to access the last characters, you can also use the negative index S of -1. S of -1, then we get O. If I write S of 2, we will get L. If you write S of -3 also, we are going to get L. So what I mean to say that the individual characters of a string can be accessed by using the positive indexes at the same time the negative indexes. Right? Now, if you want to access, now we are talking about the topic called slicing. What do you mean by the slicing? Slicing is nothing but the process of accessing a range of characters. Accessing a range of characters, or we can say accessing a substring is nothing but the slicing. For example, like we said, we are going to take another variable s is equals to, here we are going to write the statement welcome. This is the statement we are going to write here, s equals to welcome. Now, whenever we write this, the representation can be done like this. The first character W, and the next one is E, next L, next C, O, M, E. And you know that each character is enclosed in single quotes internally. Right? The starting index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the negative indexes are given from the last to first. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and this is -7. Now, if you want to access the range of characters, what you have to do is you have to mention the variable name s, right? After mentioning the variable name s in which we are going to store the string, you have to mention the start index colon end index. This is the syntax. This must be placed in square brackets. But the thing is, we are going to get the character from start index to less than end index. That means we are going to get the value from 0 to start index 0 to end index -1. That is the logic. That means if I say s of the start index is 0 colon, and if I say 5, what does it mean? We are starting from 0, okay, 0. Now go to less than 5, not 5 exactly. This is not included. The end index is not included. We are going to print the characters from 0. 0 means we are going to get the output W E L C O, that's all. CO. M is not printed. Why? Because the end index will not be included and this enclosed in single quotes. So this is the way of what I said. If I say S of 0 to 5, only we will get the output single quotes WELCO. CO. This M is not included. This is the way of getting a range of characters, or we can say slicing. So not only this, we can also say in a different manner that here you can say S of, can you say S of 4, for example, 4 is the starting index, 4, 2, for example, 2. Can I give the range like this, 4 to 2? No. The starting index should not be greater than the end index. This is not valid. Similarly, can I use S of -1 to starting index -4? Can I say this? -1. This is the start index and this is the end index. -1 to -4. See, whenever we use the range must be from left to right only. It's not from right to left. So you cannot access the characters from -1 to like this. In reverse order, it is not possible. So this is also wrong. So how to access the range of characters by using the negative indexes? For this, you have to mention like this. S of, here you have to say -6 to, if I say -2, this is valid. -6 to -2. Here you see -1 to -4. -1 is the big range and -4 is the lowest range. In this case, what happened? The start index is greater than the end index. This is not valid. So whenever you use -6, -2, this is the start index is less than the end index. This is possible. So whenever you say S of -6 to -2, -6 means E, and we are moving up to O. -2 is not included. This is not included. Now here -6 is nothing but E. For this we are going to get E L C O. E L C O. This is we are going to get in single quotes. This is a way of using the ranges. Now for example, if I write S of 0 to, for example, I didn't mention anything. Assume that I have mentioned 10. Starting index 0. Okay, 0 is there, but there is no 10. Okay, no problem. Though you don't have 10, it is going to print the characters from 0, means W2, all the characters up to E. Here we are going to get welcome, everything we are going to get this, right? So no need of mentioning the starting index. You don't mention the start index S of 10. So it starts by default from the beginning and it is going to print all the characters. So this is a way of accessing individual characters at the same time that the range of characters, or we can say substring of a string. So practically, I will show you how to access these things by using Python IDLE. Let us see all these. I have opened Python IDLE. This is the Python shell, right? If you want to open a new file, go to File and we can create a new Python file and you can save it and you can execute it. That we have already seen in the previous sessions. Now, at this Python shell, I want to implement print function, right? Just now we have discussed, right? So here I am writing print in rocket 10. So what is the output? We are going to get 10. So we have given 10. It is understanding that 10 is an integer, or I said that everything is taken in the form of an object and it is printing by converting into the string. Right now, if I say print of 10, 20.5, or you can say anything, so again it is printing the same thing. Now, if I write print in double quotes, I said that string can be mentioned in double quotes or single quotes. Here I'm writing hello, right? So here the string is displayed without single quotes or double quotes, right? Now, if I say print in single quotes hello, again you are going to get the same output hello. There is no difference between the first print hello and second print hello. The string can be enclosed in double quotes, single quotes. But here, whenever I write like this, a variable x is equals to, in single quotes, hello, hello. Now, If I write X, then you will get in single quotes hello. This is difference. Whenever we say print in double quotes, sorry, print of X, so then you will get only hello without any single quotes or double quotes. This is very, very important. Now, X is the variable which is going to store the string variable, right? String hello. So that's why whenever we try to print X directly, it is printing the string in single quotes. So if you write like this, hello in double quotes, hello, if you write single double quotes also, when you try to print X, the string always displayed in only single quotes. This is very, very important. The string, whenever you use double quotes or single quotes, but it is going to print only in single quotes. That is very, very important. This is a way of using the print statement. And I have seen that we have seen that the print is going to take the objects as the first parameter. It is going to take a single object or multiple objects. So multiple objects means, for example, I'm writing print. Here I'm writing hello. This is the first object I want to print, comma, and second object here I'm writing is hello world. So two objects I'm giving. So it is printing hello world. See, first string is hello, next string is world, and we are writing comma in between these two strings. What happened after hello? It is automatically displaying the space, and after that it is printing the word. What does it mean? So indirectly, what it is going to do is, at the time of discussing the syntax of the print statement, the second parameter is separator SEP, right? The default value of separator is empty space, right? So already I discussed in the syntax. So here we got the empty space, right? So means by default SEP value is empty space.